This story right here I'm about to talk to you about, I found out about it from J-Dog, and shout out to him because he actually did a commentary about it on his channel. And this story right here is going to prove without the shadow of a doubt why you have a lot of people who are non-black feel that they can say and do a lot of things towards melanated people, specifically black people, and feel that they can get away with it just on privilege alone. And why a lot of black people say we have no friends. And this is going to be the perfect example of that. So in this picture, you see a woman by the name of Lisa Maria Falcone. Don't be bewildered if you don't know who she is. To be honest, I didn't know who she was until I read this article, and still don't know who she is. But apparently she is the wife of this hedge fund billionaire by the name of Philip Falcone. So basically, her only claim to fame is the fact that she laid on her back and fucked herself into not only a ring, but into a few duffels. And that's about it. Because when I was reading the article, it didn't say that, it didn't list any type of occupation that this woman had. So basically, the reason why she's making headlines and why you're probably seeing Alicia Keys' name associated with her is because there was this event in which one of the guys who was a chef, whose name is Brian Villanueva, was working that event, and he had invited his girlfriend, who happens to be black, to the event. And Lisa Maria Falcone was having a discussion with Brian, and then she was saying something, and then something about the N-word slipped out of her mouth. Well, it didn't really so much slip out of her mouth, it flew out of her mouth, and you'll understand why in a minute. And the girlfriend got offended. So she wanted an apology from her, and in true typical fashion, like the privileged person that this Lisa Maria Falcone is, she not only doesn't give her an apology, but she tells him that she's from Spanish Harlem, she's a Puerto Rican, so she has every right to use that word. Now, doesn't that sound like what Fat Joe recently said a couple weeks ago, in which he said that all Latinos or all Hispanics are black, and that was his way of saying that Hispanics and Latinos could use the N-word. She's basically saying the same thing right here. So to double down on what she did, she goes even further. And this is the part where Alicia Keys comes in the whole part about having a black friend. She said that she could use the N-word because she knows Alicia Keys. Somehow I doubt that Alicia Keys even knows her. And when I say that, I'm talking about on a personal level, meaning they have conversations. They may talk on the phone. They may talk through text. They may go on vacations and whatever with her husband and her and Swiss Beats and everything like that. I just know that Alicia Keys and Swiss Beats probably know Lisa Maria Falcone's husband. After all, it was his event, not hers. And she only knows them by association by way of her husband. So she first says she can use the word because she's Puerto Rican and from Spanish Harlem. Then she says she can use the word because she knows Alicia Keys. I said that has to be the worst example of I have a black friend so I can say it too that I have ever heard in my life. And I hope that Alicia Keys gets wind of this and says, look, I only know of this woman because of her husband. We don't know each other like that, and it is offensive. But that was her response. So fast forward maybe a couple days later, Brian Villanueva, who was the boyfriend of the black woman in what that Lisa chick used that N-word towards, she basically said in so many words. Oh, also, let me not forget this, that Lisa also said that because Brian, I'm only assuming because of that last name Villanueva that he's probably Hispanic Latino himself. She basically said in so many words that he uses that word, so why would he be offended? She's automatically assuming that because they may come from the same type of lineage or the same tribe, that he probably uses it too. Like, she just automatically assumes that he uses the word as well. So let's fast forward a couple days later. Brian goes to see Philip Falcone, who was the husband. He delivers some pizzas, and that's where he says he's resigning on the fact that he cannot work with him knowing that his wife is a racist. And she's still trying to go and duck and dodge and everything like that. She's not, at this point, we know she's not going to give an apology. We've come to accept that she's not going to do it. So the boyfriend ends up resigning, and then he's going to bring up a lawsuit, basically because the woman was being a racist, then that could be charged as a hate crime. And he said he is suing Philip Falcone for like $4,200+ on the grounds of unpaid wages. So what does Philip Falcone do? He tries to convince Brian Villanueva to not talk about what his wife said. So now he's giving cover to his wife. And I believe that this Philip Falcone knows of his wife's racist ways. And I wouldn't be surprised if he's racist himself. This is why you have a lot of people who do not want to associate themselves with a certain group of people. And this is exactly why when stuff happens to them, they feel absolutely nothing when something does happen. This woman literally is flaunting her privilege around, and she's only doing it because I guess Philip Falcone feels she had the best twat in town, as if she's the only twat he's ever had. But I actually did some more research about this chick, and not so much research, but it was based on a picture that I saw of her, and it was a mugshot. So sorry about that. But apparently, based on the mugshot that I did see of her, this woman actually got charged with driving while being impaired. So basically, she was driving under the influence. Am I even surprised by that? No, because she just comes off as a careless, soulless, reckless person. You can see how reckless she was when she was talking. You can tell she was careless because she didn't care. She's not going to give an apology. So at this point, I don't think they're looking for one. So they just said, okay, we're just going to sue you. Now, I don't know how far it's going to go. They said that that sources have reached out to Swiss Beats and Alicia Keys for a comment. They haven't come back with a response as of yet. As far as this thing goes, they have reached out to Lisa Maria Falcone. She hasn't responded yet either. But like I said, this whole story just basically like shows you that we have no friends, y'all. We have no friends. And to the ones that you think that, oh, because, you know, Puerto Rican and everything like that, that black and brown alliance so-called does not exist. I don't know who put that out there. I want to say it was between Al Sharpton or Jesse Jackson. It was one of those two that put that out there, that we're some kind of an alliance, and truth be told, we're really not. There was another story that I should have did a video on, but I'll talk about it right now, where you had the two Mexican parents who killed their daughter's boyfriend and his cousin, I believe it was, both black boys. Now, the story goes is because he tried to attack the wife, but the actual story was he didn't like the fact that his daughter was messing around with a black boy. Then you had the other story that happened a couple months ago, which caught on camera, where you had these Hispanic guys jumping this one black guy and then sick the dog on the guy. You would have thought you was looking at a reenactment of Jim Crow. So this black and brown alliance thing, it doesn't work. I don't even know if it has ever worked, to be quite honest. And if it has, it must have been eons ago. Like, I'm talking about maybe back in its essence. But as of right now, in modern society, in modern day, it's not working. It's not there. I don't see it. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments, and I will talk to you in the next one.